Now this is Detroit Southwestern High School, a beautiful building, gorgeous architecture that eventually became abandoned and of course was stripped of everything valuable. Well, the deal was there's an engineering company that came into town. I'll show you their building. And they built this mega factory, and the whole idea was that they would fix the facade and maintain the property of the front portion of Southwestern High School. You know, it's an eyesore, it looks like shit. And people that went to school there realized what it was like, and you know, they didn't ask them to, you know, wax the hallways. They just asked them to make the front nice. Haven't done a goddamn thing. It's another one. Look at this mystery train coming through. Usually when this thing goes up and down, these trains are about 5 feet down the track. I don't know what the hell's making this one go up, but probably get a $500 ticket even though there's no train. So this, they took all the junk out of here, and I guess they're probably gonna bulldoze those concrete walls. This is really amazing. This has all been trucked out of here. It must have taken forever. If you look back at old videos I did 2, 3, 4 years ago, you'll see this was just a giant structure of rubble and graffiti. That's another thing. Graffiti's starting to become a thing of the past. They will break it off in you if they catch you painting something. But, you know, really, they still don't police it as good as you think they would. All they need to do is stick somebody down here at nighttime. You can catch them all because there aren't that many people that live around here. And any car that's going up to an empty building probably is going to be a tagger at 3 in the morning. You know, it's funny, all the video I've done, I've never caught someone painting as it was happening. It's weird. They must just hear a car or see a light and go inside the building. But, you know, I've been down here like thousands of hours over the years, and not one time. Like, I've noticed new painting, like when I've passed back through an area a few hours later, but I've never seen anybody actually painting. See, this is all vacant now. This is all getting ready for the new bridge. Go on, Daisy. Go on, hon. Go on, Daisy. Go on, honey. Go on. It's okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, hon. This used to be an auto parts place. I don't know if it still is or not. Now I remember they would have to repaint their fence every other day when graffiti was happening on a regular basis. And the city will fine you if you don't fix it, like in a very short period of time. Now here's this damn company that hasn't done a goddamn thing with Southwestern High School. And they're huge. If you look them up on the internet, it's just a mega corporation. They could put, you know, 100 grand into Southwestern High School and it'd be nothing, and make it nice and live up to their part of the bargain. It's Saki or Saki or some shit. It's on this building to my right. I'll get the name for you. They're into auto parts, I think. These are some more buildings of theirs. See, look at this. Those are all fake paper windows. You can see where people have pried them off, where they've blown off. So I'm sure somebody's still getting in there. There's not much to do though. I have videos on the inside of that place to give you an idea what it was like. What's the name of this goddamn place? It's called Sakthi. S-A-K-T-H-I. Sakthi, it's pronounced, I think. Write a letter to those fuckers and tell them to live up to their end of the bargain. You know, there's a chance too the cops may have cracked down on the women working around here because they're trying to attract industry and make this section of Detroit an industrial corridor. So for all I know, you know, they fine them and nail them for loitering and everything else. For a long time, 75 was getting worked on. You could go south for a while, and now I think you can go north for a while. They were refurbishing the Rouge Bridge, and that really caused a lot of extra traffic on Fort because people use that as their way to and from work, and that probably resulted in a lot of work for the women, more than there would be normally. But I know it's open north now, and I'm not sure what the deal is. Look at this mega structure they're tearing down. I mean, it must have cost a fortune to tear these places down. I mean, these are huge properties. Just loaded with shit. This place looks like they're tearing it down. Yeah, unbelievable. That place was used for business not that long ago. There must be toxic waste up the yin-yang in these places. Especially the Packard plant. You know, I wish that guy well. But, God damn it. I mean, I remember one time I saw a figure in the paper when another guy owned it. And the EPA at one time had earmarked like $500 to $750 million to clean up the toxic waste. So I don't know how this guy's going to do that. He sure thinks big, and I got to give him credit for that. Seems like a nice guy. Come on. So I was hoping. So here we are in Delray again. I don't expect much action during the daytime, but I'll go down here and take a quick look anyway. That's Fort Wayne. I've mentioned it before. Look it up on Google. Look at these buildings. Just left for ruin. This is an historical place. The Army Corps of Engineers let Detroit take it over. You can see what happened. Total dump. Looks like a nuclear wasteland. That's the funny thing, you know. They're trying to get rid of all these flop houses and abandoned homes. And here you got that damn eyesore that's a historical jewel and nobody's doing anything about it. I mean, if you were thinking about putting a business down here and you drove by that place, I'm sure Amazon drove by it. Why in the hell would you want to come down here? That'd be like taking Gettysburg and putting carnival rides over around it permanently. It'd just turn you off. Sure hope I run into some people this time. I'm going to go over on the other side, the north side of 75 Service Drive. I used to see Marguerite there a lot. And hopefully get an interview with her and catch up on what's happening to everybody. I think I mentioned it before. Well, I have mentioned it before. You know, you wouldn't believe the wildlife down here in Delray. I mean, deer. I've never seen more pheasants in my life than Delray. Oh shit, they're all over the place. And if you're a hunter, I'm not. But those are managed programs, you know, where you need to set up an environment where they can breed successfully. Farming's changed, so you don't have the soybeans laying all over like you used to. And because of that, there are less pheasants. So basically, other than maybe North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, you have to help these birds in order for them to proliferate. Well, down here, nobody helps them. If anything, they're getting fucked over. And there's more damn pheasants than I've ever seen. Now, part of it is you can't hunt them. So that's not taking out part of the population. But boy, it's an impressive amount of game bird. You hear them early in the morning a lot. Beautiful birds. Speaking of beautiful birds, look up golden pheasant. Golden pheasant. You know, the pheasants are from China predominantly. And I've never seen a more beautiful bird in my life. Golden pheasant. I mean, the ringneck pheasant, which we have, beautiful as well, but that golden pheasant, my God, doesn't even look real. Now we're coming up to, this is the biggest continuous hallway produce farm, or produce wholesale retail facility. Now I've heard in the world, but definitely in the United States. If you're eating at a restaurant around Detroit, somewhere along the way, those fruit and vegetables came through here. This is where it's at. All sorts of different names. Picking it up in the morning. This is where the Eastern market gets all their fruit. I shouldn't say all of it. I'm sure there are farmers that are supplying it, you know, individual small-time operations. But this is where all the main produce comes through. This place across the street is like has a cult following, this Motz's Hamburgers. I'll tell you, I've had them a couple times, and I hope I never have one again. I put them right on the same level of with White Castle. I just didn't think they were good. Little thin bullshit patties. Old dried out ass old bun. What the hell are those? Why would they get such a good rating? I think it's just because people went there as a kid, that kind of thing. Yeah, these places, you know, if they were going to treat Southwestern High School like this, they ought to just tear the thing down. That is embarrassing. This is my favorite paint job. This business is hung in through thick and thin. This reliable muffler. I got a couple dogs that eat you alive in the back at night. This building on the corner used to be the end stop for some of these bike riding tours, but looks like that's been shut down as well. I'm gonna stay down here till it gets dark too, so I didn't last time. That ought to help. Beautiful day today. About 74. You see a little bit of the Renaissance Center there. Truck ferry goes over to Windsor. I know a family that owns a trucking company up near Saginaw, and it's expensive to take that. It only holds like 4 or 5 semi-trucks, or I don't know, maybe more, 8 or something. And they take it because they say it saves them 5 hours waiting in line on the way there, and another 4 hours on the way back. So, and a lot of their stuff is time sensitive. So I guess it's cost effective. At these big old boom cranes here. Come on, fucker, turn! Yeah, that's it. Wait till the light's red. Oh, goddamn dumbass. He should have been out in the intersection. Now this light will stay red till all this traffic coming out of Detroit gets here. Come on, please turn green, turn green, turn green, turn green, please turn green. Shit, I'm gonna be one of these guys running red lights and stop signs. Fuck, it's gonna take me forever to turn left now. That's it. Wait till all the traffic gets up here. Yep, now turn green. You know, I might have mixed that building up that's the end stop for the bike tours. It might be that building right over there. It looks a lot alike. I'm not sure because the facade and the outside's changed, or I would have been sure before they tore all the stuff off the front. hopefully I find Marguerite around here. Anybody. Although, to be honest, before all this new construction happened and all these buildings were turned down, it wasn't like every time I came down here it was easy to get an interview. It wasn't. You know, Marguerite used to be right here on the corner. That's where I had one interview with her, right there. At Pancho's Palace, they're really nice people and they have good food. Fried food, but it's good. You know, and like people like Marguerite, you know, they made their income through panhandling, and they still need to do that. So I don't know what the deal is. Now this area here is heavily populated with Hispanics. I used to say Mexicans, which was wrong. But I will say that these people, Hispanics, have kept this area nice through thick and thin. Now there's a couple examples where it's not nice, but look at, they paint their fences, they fence in the yard and let the kids play. Their places are clean. Crime is relatively low. They kick the gangs out of here. You don't see any pedophiles in a Mexican, or whoops, there I go again, in a Hispanic neighborhood very long. They seem to take care of that themselves. They have some killer parties down here. DJ, big tent. I'll tell you, the Mexicans don't, God damn, I say that so much. The Hispanics don't fuck around with the summer party. It's really nice. Wish I could get invited to one. But these are nice neighborhoods. Of course, decorated around the holidays. Big Catholic population. Really nice to see. Plants. See that lady out there watering her flowers? I mean, it is really beautiful to see. If this whole, if the entire city of Detroit was Hispanics, we wouldn't have this problem. You wouldn't see all this blight and bullshit and crime, and the kids could tell the public schools to kiss off because their parents will work 3 jobs to send them to a Catholic school, which they still produce excellent students. So that's my take on these Hispanics. As far as I'm concerned, they ought to cut a hole in that wall once Trump builds it, and let these Hispanics come through that hole until they fill up every unoccupied space there is in Detroit, and then fill the hole and give it 5 years and see how nice the neighborhoods would become and how much the crime would drop. It'd blow your mind. Taking away jobs. What a crock of shit. You know, I'm a white guy, so I can say this, but there ain't any white guy I know of that could take the place of a Mexican worker or a Hispanic worker. No fucking way. Those people work 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job like it's nothing. Hard-ass labor, too. Not some bullshit pushing a pencil. And this is pissing me off.